Good morning and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. It's a fabulous Tuesday morning here in Bunbury, albeit a bit bloody cold. On this week's episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about living and growing up on a farm. So basically what happened was I grew up in a very small country town. And I I spent a lot of time out with my friends. I was heavily involved with the local football club for a very, very long time. I started playing football when I was 5, and I played B grade and a little bit of A grade country football right up until I was probably, I think the club might have folded around about the time that I was 14, which was really cool. And then we moved out to the local farm where my dad grew up, and things changed. I myself, I'm not a very well. As a kid, I wasn't very hands-on. So I actually spent a fair amount of time in my bedroom reading books, playing games, very just wanted nothing to do with the farm life. And for me, that was quite difficult because I found myself cut off from my friends. It wasn't like I could just walk down the road to a mate's place and hang out and play games. Like I was 5Ks out of town. So growing up on the farm was quite interesting. I found myself sinking a little bit, I guess. I wasn't happy. I genuinely wasn't happy on the farm. Mostly because for me, I'm a very, very social, very, I like to organize things. I like hanging out with people. So having that ease of access taken away was quite difficult. And I mean, farm life wasn't all bad. We got to do really cool things like this. So as you can see, farm life, it wasn't too difficult. The other thing is I found myself finding, I guess, yeah, I found myself rebelling a fair bit. My mum and I, who I love to death, we clashed quite a lot as a kid. And I think being cut off from my friends in town, and then I also went to high school, and that involved catching a bus, and that was a 1 to 1.5 hour one-way trip every morning. and making friends in high school, and them living in other towns, the farm is priority. So my folks are very hardworking people. I have the utmost respect for them. I just found that as a kid, not being able to duck off to a mate's place, or mum or dad having the time to drive you out there, that was quite difficult. And so I found myself rebelling a lot. In fact, I actually snuck off to a friend's birthday party one night or one weekend and didn't tell my mum. And I tell you what, I copped a flogging for that. But there were, I guess, when you have that freedom, and then you are cut off from it, it's quite difficult. So I think growing up on the farm definitely taught me, that communication is really key. I have had some fantastic friends in high school. I still have some fantastic friends from high school, a few of them that I've lost. If you guys end up watching this video, please reach out and say g'day, because it would be awesome to catch up with you guys. But I think growing up on the farm, for me at least, being such a introverted person was quite difficult, and it was quite an adjustment. And I think that for me as a person, I didn't really understand at the time just how much work and time and effort goes into the farm. And it actually wasn't until probably 4 or 5 years later, when I'd grown into sort of a young adult, that I spent some time working on the farm, like actually working, not just living there, but actually working, and working for my dad and for my uncle. And that really fostered a brand new respect for growing up on the farm. And the amount of work and effort and time that goes in. And I think that that definitely opened up my eyes. It definitely strengthened the relationship that I have with my dad, especially because Dad and I weren't particularly close as a kid. Like I said, I am a massive weeb. I am very nerdy. I was very withdrawn as a kid. And Dad is very much like a blokey bloke kind of man, and doesn't do emotions and long difficult talks. Like, he will when he has to. My dad is an incredible man. I have the utmost respect for him, and he's been my hero for a very long time, and in a lot of different aspects across my life. He taught me what it is to be a man. He taught me what it is to be a partner. A lot of what I know comes from my dad. I've got a good work ethic. I respect other people. My values are strong, and that comes from both parents as well. My mum is just as equally involved in the way that I am, even when we do clash. But I think for me, being so introverted, extroverted, I guess, I'm not really sure what category I fall into, because I hate people, but I love people at the same time. So, I'm not super sure about that. But it definitely, gave me some respect for growing up on the farm as a kid. So, that was certainly an interesting life. And as you saw earlier, we have a lot of fun on the farm too. I love traveling down there. I think for me personally, I enjoy the farm more now as an adult than I did as a kid. And part of me wishes that I could go back and, really, what's the word I'm bloody looking for? I wish I could just go back and, you know, tell my younger self, go and spend some time down the shed, go and jump out on the machines, learn as much as you can, learn some farm skills, you know, like I would probably be a much better welder if I had actually gone down the shed and spent time welding, let's be honest, because I had the opportunity as a kid. But I just, yeah, I didn't do it. So, but that's what it is. It is what it is. And, I guess in my experiences, since then I have grown into a much better person. I have a much better respect, for growing up on the farm. So yeah, anyway guys, I would love to hear what your experiences on a farm have been like. You know, I would love to know if you grew up on the farm, if you're a bit like me and you lived in town but then you moved out to the farm. What kind of things do you like to do? Like you saw earlier, like I love mucking around with fast cars and building dumb stuff, and yeah, please share your experiences below. Yeah, all right. Anyway, guys, I've got to get on with my day. So as always, it's a fantastic day to be nice and work hard. Hey guys, I hope you liked that video. For more cool content, make sure to go and check out my channel. Hit like and subscribe down below. Leave some comments if you feel like it. And I'll see you in the next one.